is God? It's a question that's been asked since the beginning of time. And I'm here with filmmaker Emmanuel Itier to talk about that very question in his movie, Invocation. Emmanuel, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me, indeed.
So Invocation, you spoke with some of the world's great spiritual leaders about God.
Right. Well, it's basically, I think it's a reflection we all have, you know, what is God, what is oneness? And whether you have a Deepak Chopra, Desmond Tutu, the Dalai Lama, these are the answers you want to get from these great men. And that's what we did. For 3 years, we went all around the world, you know, over 30 countries, 5 continents, interviewed 300 plus people, from Desmond Tutu to Deepak, to the Dalai Lama, to Michael Beckwith, to also movie stars such as Oliver Stone, Mark Wahlberg, Sharon Stone, who is my partner and who did the narration. And we really try to explore the notion of God in a very, very, very open way. So from quantum physics to religion, spirituality, and without trying to box ourselves in, always having an open path like behind us to figure out how that works. What is oneness? What is existence?
So was there any one singular interview or a couple of interviews that stood out for you?
Yeah, I mean, Desmond Tutu was amazing. You know, I went to South Africa to meet him. Such a warm soul, such an amazing, inspiring, inclusive man. And he really had really couple of interesting notion and quotes. And one of them I remember was saying, you know, I don't understand all this war of religion and all this fight about God, as if God needed somebody to defend him. It is God. It doesn't need you to fight for him. So why are people so obsessed about their own religion and wanted to push their religion and their agenda, when really, if that is that superpower and powerful, it doesn't need you. We are just silly creatures. So, I mean, Desmond Tutu was definitely, I think, the wisest. Had such a sense of humor, because that's another thing. We try to put some humor and we try to de-dramatize that exploration, because it can become a very serious subject and very boring. We even put a puppet in it, Puppet G. So we have a puppet making some interesting reflection on God.
Did you find any similar themes? Like, you interviewed these people and a lot of people said similar interpretations.
Yeah, that it's, you know, notion of God is really love, energy, oneness. So I even went to the Vatican and interviewed a priest, and nobody told me ever, oh yes, it's a guy in the cloud with a big beard and he's looking at us. So why that illusion that we think it is indeed a dude in the cloud looking after us? Maybe because of the representation, you know, starting in the 10th, 11th century, the church tried to illustrate what God would be. And so they asked to Leonardo da Vinci and other big painter, draw God. You will remember, obviously, the famous picture about God and man touching each other's fingers. Well, God is represented as an old man with a beard. And that was it. And we've been living with that representation and that explanation for 3,000 years. So I think now it's time to evolve, you know, and if anything, I mean, it doesn't make sense, because I remember I interviewed Jean Houston, the famous thinker, feminine thinker, and she was telling me, you know, if anything, why would God be a guy? You guys are just barely providers of some little seed. We are the creator, you know, we are the one who deliver the baby. So if anything, it's a goddess, it's not God. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's interesting, you know.
So what is the role of prayer, and does God answer our prayers?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think we answer each other prayers. You know, if I ask something from you, you might say, oh, well, okay, let me think about it, and come back and say, okay, well, it seems reasonable, maybe I can help, and vice versa. But I don't think if you kneel down 5 times a day, or you're going to church every day and every second, and you ask God, please, please help me, nothing's gonna work.
There is some web that ties all of life together.
It's within us, and it's within every single person that we meet.
The greatest voices for peace through history have been very deeply spiritual and faithful people.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Look at all of these people marching for peace together at the exact same time. Humanity. It's remarkable. It's magic.
The journey into self-realization and discovery begins with a desire for connection.
share with me some thoughts on oneness from some of the people that you interviewed that still resonate with you. Just a couple of them. A little montage, if you will.
A little montage. Well, again, I mean, definitely Desmond Tutu always, telling you that you are the agent of change, and the Dalai Lama said the same thing, that again, don't wait to be saved, do the saving, lead, become a leader, be involved. The final sentence of the invocation is, let's become peace in action. And I think it sums it all, meaning that you have to wake up, you have to stop being lazy, stop waiting, take your life in your hand and go do the work, go do find your own peace, your own salvation. Don't wait for somebody to take you by the hand. Really do yourself the taking of somebody else's hand. So that's what you have to get from watching our movie, I think, is that how complementary we are from each other, how we can really figure it out. I always thought that if really 7 billion of us would wake up every day thinking, hey, I love you, what can I do for you? Things will change dramatically. The problem is we are not educated like this. We are still educated at waking up every morning and figuring out how we can control each other and take from each other and dominate each other and sometimes in certain circumstances kill each other. And that's why we are failing as a humanity. We really need to wake up thinking, I love you, I'm gonna help you, I'm here. And that's it, everything will change. And it will, I mean, that's what, the teaching is from Michael Beckwith, Desmond Tutu, Deepak, they're all telling you that you really have to embrace that life and change it. Don't wait for Deepak to save you or Michael. They are just here to awaken within you this feeling of wanting to be part of life and change it yourself.
Emmanuel, thank you for making the incredible films that you do.
Thank you, and there will be more coming from us.
Absolutely.
Peace and love, everybody. Peace.